Welcome back to another Level Up Lean podcast. Today I'm joined by two guests and members of the coaching team of Level Up who are just staring at me at the moment. We've got Adam and we've got Lauren here. So today we're going to be discussing all things to do with the gym, nutrition, our own personal experiences, some cock-ups that we might have had in the gym, and hopefully providing some sort of value to anyone who's going to be listening to this. So welcome, everyone.
Thank you for having me, Tim. Thanks. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah,
very exciting.
Really exciting. So we'll get stuck in, and then we've got a load of topics we're going to be talking about. So the first one, and we'll go around in this. We're going to start with Adam. When did you get into the gym, and why?
So it's a good question.
That's deep
so
question.
I've been into the gym since school. So I would have been 15.
It's a long time ago now.
Years ago, but when you've asked me this question before, I kind of think of it loosely and how long I've been to the gym seriously.
So there's two sort of periods.
Yeah, so I've been in the gym since I was 13, something like that.
13?
Probably 13, 14 at school.
Oh, wow,
Would have been
yeah.
right, wouldn't it?
Did you? We had a gym at school.
Go to
Yeah.
the gym at that age.
So we used to go on the standing calf raise and put the right down to the bottom and see if you could lift it up.
Yeah.
So like you've been doing that for years.
Did you have a gym at school?
I didn't go to it. We weren't allowed to the gym till we were 16.
I just remember in PE, in GCSE PE, we started to go in there, but I wasn't interested then. But that's when you started to get...
Yes, and then you would get a membership at the arena.
Yeah.
So that was old school, but that wasn't serious. So I'd say seriously since end of uni. So I'd say about 11 years seriously.
Still a long time, isn't it?
Can't tell,
Why?
can you? Where?
So you got into it because what? You found it interesting? Why did you, do you think? I know it's hard to remember, but...
I think it's just like a cool thing to do, isn't it? Went to the gym, go to the gym, drink protein shakes, eat the bars, you know? Saturdays go there, eat the bars. Like the arena was a great gym. Had great bar, the protein bars with I'm a sucker for a protein bar. I love them. And they always had good ones. So yeah, it's just because it's cool.
Yeah,
Go to the gym.
I remember going to the arena once, I think, with you and maybe one other. I found it quite intimidating at the time because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I don't actually really remember it. But it's proper old school.
Yeah, old school, intimidating, like the metal plates, the clanking around.
It's weird because I didn't like it then, but they're the sort of gyms that I like now.
Yeah.
I was saying this before I came here. I'm a bit of a gym snob now, I think. And I was in one earlier today, and I was just like, oh, I don't like it. It's a bit too commercial.
God.
That sort of thing. So I like the old school. Well, we
Yeah.
all train at the same gym now. But what about you, Lauren? When did you first get into it? Because you are a young whippersnapper.
Yeah, so I think the first time I ever went to the gym was 16 because I had to be 16 to go to the gym I wanted to go to. So I went there, but again, not seriously. I would go with a friend and we would just like walk on the treadmill and like just talk the whole
What
time.
gym was that?
Fitness.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah, so you had to be 16 to go. So it's my first gym that I went to since I turned 16. I joined and we would just like, me and my friend would just walk on the treadmill, then maybe go and sit on the mats and just gossip the whole time.
Oh,
So
it's a great exercise, that. Yeah.
like we'd do like ab exercises and just like sit on the mat and talk.
Oh, standard.
So we weren't training properly. I'd say properly been training since I was like 18. So what's that? 3 years now? 4 years?
to be that age.
Yeah. So,
So
properly
why did
training.
you go though in the first place?
To be honest, it was probably, I was a very skinny child and it probably was to stay skinny. At that age, it was that thing. But that narrative quickly changed when I realised I wanted to weight train and get strong as fuck. And just
Did that happen quickly then?
yeah, pretty quickly it did. The narrative did change and I was like, I don't want it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm just doing what everyone else is doing. I want to actually train and be strong and go to the gym and lift the weights and things like that. So
Because then in the car on the way here, you were saying that you've been at Fitness Plus working or at the gym that you work at now since you were 17. So that was only a year after you joined as a member.
Yeah, so I was a member there and then like I ended up working behind the desk there, which was again so helpful for me. I was surrounded by people who were into the gym, you being one of them, which made my transition from not knowing what I'm doing to knowing what I'm doing a lot easier than other people because I just asked it and then everyone was happy to show me. So
And that was the thing. Like, did you find it intimidating?
For sure, yeah. But I had a lot of like guy mates growing up as well, so they were all into the gym, so they showed me how to weight train. So I had that transition into it a lot easier than I know most other girls would, from like working in the gym, knowing PTs and like knowing guys that already weight train was so useful for me. But yeah, I for sure found it so intimidating. And the gym I train at now, I would never go on my own. I would always go with a friend, like, because I was too scared to go in the weights area. But now that's completely different.
You're a bit of a social butterfly in there now.
Yeah, I just go there.
Hopping around.
Yeah, and then I'm just in the weights area. Same with like the gym I work at and the gym I train at.
But that's it, isn't it? It's getting comfortable in that environment.
Yeah.
Like, you've just got to break that barrier. And that's what I was going to say. Did you ever find it intimidating, Adam?
No, never.
I don't know if I did either, to be honest. Is it kind of a different one of more feeling like because I was always the skinny weak one, or I felt like, I definitely was.
Was. Still is.
But yeah, I think it was more of a case of like I didn't know what I was doing, but not maybe in an intimidating way that maybe other people might think. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I definitely was a little bit.
I kind of got the feelings if I'm there, people, he's there. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
just being there is enough for anyone if anyone cared, which I've realised no one does care.
Oh,
Just like he's there, doesn't matter the size, what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's there trying. So
and this is what I always say. If you feel like people are staring at you in the gym, it's either they're staring at the space in front of them, or they're seeing what you're doing because they have no idea what they're doing, and they're like, "Oh, how do you do that?" Or what's like that sort of thing. Trying to get some sort of tip as well. Whereas I know it can feel like someone's staring at you, being like, "I feel like an idiot."
Yeah, I realise no one cares what you do in the gym. When I'm with clients in the gym, we end up talking about the most outrageous stuff, like being so stupid, like messing around. And I've had my clients say to me, like, nobody cares what we're doing because we'll just be pissing about and no one bats an eyelid. And I think that makes them feel so comfortable realising no one cares what you're doing.
Yeah.
So come in on your own and try new things and do stuff that's on your programme. No one's going to look at you because we're just stood there messing around and everyone around us doesn't care. So.
I think I tried to do that with clients back in the day. I was like, look, this is going to prove to you that no one's watching. I'll just go and do something stupid.
Yeah, I'm all like, even just talking so loud, like we're so, if you're stood next to me and my client, we're laughing, we're talking so loud and like no one cares though. So I think they'd like that and realise people around you don't care what you do.
Need to do a gym series of that, of just stupid things in the gym to show that people don't see. And we've all done our fair share of stupid things as well. So
yeah,
but
probably.
we'll get on to that in a bit.
when
But
did you start the gym?
when did I start?
Has anyone ever asked you that?
No. You answer
I
the
don't
question.
have, no. No one's ever asked me.
You've been.
I don't know. Oh, so I actually got a personal trainer. Do either of you know that?
No.
I do remember that actually. Yes.
But I must have been 16, 17. It was around time of college when me and you were playing football
I do remember that.
at
Yeah.
football college, and I got basically told that I was getting pushed off the ball too easy, which damaged my confidence.
Sorry.
This is actually, I was getting deep then.
Sorry.
So laughing at
Come on,
insecurity.
I'll start again. No, so I was getting pushed off the ball too easy, damaged my confidence.
Yeah.
My parents saw it. They're like, right, let's do something about it. So I got PT at, I can't remember where it was. It's not there anymore. Where in Colston, in North Station.
It's
Yeah.
still the
Sports
gym is still there, but it's not what's it called.
Everlast.
No. So near where Costa is and
Oh.
Asda, there used to be a gym there.
Right.
Can't remember what it's called now. So I got a personal trainer there. And weirdly enough, I remember him writing out my program. I'm still kind of in touch with him now. I've messaged him a few times now. And he wrote my gym program using Stickmen. And I found it at the bottom of my gym bag. And it had my program on it. And I was doing incline dumbbell chest press, 8 kilograms each arm. That's what I was like.
Wow.
I was like, okay, that shows how far I've come.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
What are you
was
now like 14, something like that.
yeah, I've jumped up. Yeah. So that must have been 16 or 17. And then I don't know if I particularly liked it or not, but I knew I was going for these sessions. And then I must have just started to get into it and then got into another gym near us. And then it kind of took off from there a bit. But like you, I haven't been training properly that whole time. I was just winging. I was going in doing chest and arms all the time just because I knew it and I liked it. I wanted chest and arms. That was it.
You need to be like with like Lauren. She's like you. You got close to people that knew what they're doing early on in your gym career, kind of things. You haven't wasted time. I feel like I've wasted years and years doing terrible things.
I was lucky in that aspect that I was
Yeah.
just surrounded.
Yeah, true.
I was working there and I was just surrounded by people who knew what they were doing. And it was honestly the best way that I learned.
That's,
Way ahead of where we would have been at your age.
that's like a
Way
little.
ahead.
If anyone takes anything from this podcast, is like if you are starting up, just go seek someone that knows what they're doing and just stop
Friend, PT,
Friends,
anyone.
stop wasting time
Yeah.
on doing
That's
things
so
you
true.
think you know.
I reckon from 18 to 24, winging it, just not really getting anywhere. Maybe seeing some sort of change a little bit,
Yeah.
but not in a productive way.
Yeah, still showing up and like doing something will still get you results, but not as much as it would if you were doing correctly and like with someone you know.
Great point, Adam.
For sure.
Great point.
Sure.
Like fast track that whole process.
Yeah.
You can
Get away
actually
from
skip it. This is what I say to people all the time. Yeah, fast track that process. What do you think then would help if someone does find it intimidating? Maybe they haven't been in the gym before, or maybe they still go to the gym, but they do find it intimidating. What do you think could help them? Have you got any tips to help them get into the gym? I know we just touched on it with going with someone, but is there
Literally
anything else?
just having a plan. Like even on days when I'm not following a plan and I walk into the gym, I feel a bit lost. Like I just walk in and go, oh, I don't know what to do. Everyone's looking at me like I can't decide what. Whereas if I go in with a plan, knowing what exercises I need to do, I'm way less like way more confident like going into it. And I think like just having a plan,
Exactly the same as
plan, routine, consistency, just knowing what you're doing it correctly, you'll be way more confident with it.
It's like doing anything, isn't it? If you're not confident, if you don't know what you're doing, you're not gonna be confident doing it. So you got to do it to get confident doing
Yeah.
it. Sounds stupid, but it is that basic. And I think, having a plan, you know what that first exercise is.
You know where
you go
you're
in, you
going.
know where it is,
Yeah.
exactly that. And you can create that almost muscle memory of where everything is.
Yeah.
I think that's the key one. Anyway, structure.
Structure.
That sort of, look at, we're all in sync. Level up in sync. Have you got any ideas?
No, not really. It's structure.
Doesn't surprise me.
No, just structure, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want to bang on bang on the same drum or saying.
Yeah,
Whatever, beat the drum.
Yeah, that
Whatever
one.
it is, you know it is.
We can leave.
Yeah, I just want to keep it's a structure. Just have a plan, go in there, execute, done.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
So the reason that we all had a little bit of a reason. Well, me and you did, Lauren. Adam just did it because we thought it was cool. Of getting into the gym.
Oh no, I've got deep stories why. Maybe
let's get stuck in.
subconsciously, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Well,
what
like
is it?
because I was quite a very chubby kid.
Oh, here we go. No, I'm joking.
Primary school I got called names, quite bad, horrible names by girls, opposite sex.
You were about to name someone then.
No, I wouldn't name her. She's on my list. So that's what, like deep down, probably that's the reasons why.
I don't think at that age maybe I knew why really. I wasn't confident, but I didn't know the gym would help me out with that. And you thought it was probably cool, even though actually you wanted to be slimmer or whatever it was at the time. But you thought it was cool initially, and then the knock-on effect was that maybe I will get slimmer eventually. I don't think that happens straight away sometimes.
I think everyone, like, without it sounding contradicting, but like everyone goes to the gym to change the way they look to start with, but then it becomes a deeper meaning. Like for me, I first started like going because I was like, change the way you look, but now I just enjoy it.
This was going to be my next thing to touch on. So we're moving seamlessly into this.
Like,
You had a reason to train.
Yeah.
What is that reason now, and is it the same?
No, I just train because I need to. Like, it makes me just feel better. Like, if I don't train during the day, my day's ruined. Like, I have to get a session in, like, no matter what. People find it weird, like, I'll make sure my plans fit around the gym. When I'm on holiday, I'll train, but it's not because I'm, like, worried about the way I look or anything like that. It's just for, like, more mentally and to just make me feel good, really. But I always say to my clients, we all start the process to change the way we look. But if we fall in love with the process, the results come with it. And I think that's the most important thing that I stress so much. Like, enjoy what you're doing, and then the results are just a bonus.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's a byproduct, isn't it?
Like you start like change the way you look, and it just was like an extra bonus with.
That's
the
exactly
gym.
the same as me. I wanted to change the way I looked, and I was so focused on doing that.
Yeah.
Actually, and I did a post about this a while ago, and Adam will probably rinse me with this. The film Never Back Down. Do you remember and I wanted to look like him. Do you remember this? I was like saving him as my screensaver.
Cam Garden.
Yeah. And I wanted to look like this guy, and that was my main driver of going to the gym. And then that's all I focused on. But actually, I started to like the process of it, and then realised I actually probably got past that. I'm past that now of where I actually wanted to be initially.
Yeah.
So why have I carried on? I didn't just stop when I got there.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I actually started to enjoy the process, and like the goalpost constantly moves. I think, not to say that you always need to have a goal, but the main reason that I got into it was to try and look like this person.
Yeah.
I got past it without even realizing it, and realized, okay, it's the process that I like instead. There's never actually an end goal.
Yeah, there's not
Really?
any goal. Yeah, never.
And you don't get somewhere and stop, because if you do, you're just you have to keep it up when you get there. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully that kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Adam, over to you. Is the reason that you train now the same as it was? Or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's just you're never no one's ever happy, are they? Like really,
Yes, that's fine.
in their physique. So I've never been happy. I've gone through good times, bad times, but obviously now, yeah, I still want to, like, sounds corny, but like impress my girlfriend. Like, so I do it for myself and do it for, like, to look towards others. Everyone likes compliments. But now I'm happier when I've got structure, and structure in my life is the gym. So
Yeah.
It gives you more time back. I
Yeah.
think when you have that structure and routine, like you have more time to yourself. But I think it does go hand in hand. Like if you look good or you feel you look good, then you feel good, and vice versa.
Yeah.
If you feel good, look good, all that sort of thing. You ooze that
good,
confidence.
and everything in life then just feels so much better.
Yeah, I agree. I do it for myself, but it's nice to feel good.
Yeah,
It's nice to look
I
good,
do it for
right?
myself, and I think you can always just be better. Like you can always do better, and I just like that. I like just always trying to one up myself. It's a competition with myself, and I like that a lot.
That's true.
Like there's not.
Yeah,
I
I've got that aspect.
I don't have competition with anybody else. It's with myself, and which can sometimes be too far that I'm like beating myself up about it sometimes. But I'm always trying to beat my one up myself, which is I like that though.
That's what we get our clients, all of them, to jot down their weights and reps, obviously each session. And the amount of times in the following week, I'm like, oh, okay, I can breeze past the reps we did the last week. Sort of thing. It's just if you don't do that, I think that's such a good way of progressing, because you can easily just go through the motions and just go 8 to 10 reps, yeah, stop.
Just
But when you've seen last week, I only got 9 there. That's annoying.
Let me get 10.
Make sure you get 10.
Yeah.
You'll do everything you can. So
it's
yeah,
it's getting stuck into that process, because if you're a beginner, I think it's easy to sort of sit at what's comfortable.
Yeah.
Once you start to learn the process a bit, you're going to start to push yourself more, and then you're hooked.
Yeah.
So I think I've got quite a few new beginners at the moment on the program. I'm like, look, just give it 6 to 8 weeks, and then you're going to start to realize that it's all about the process, and then you're going to fall in love with that and become competitive with it.
That's
But in a
literally-
healthy,
in a
good way.
healthy, yeah, in a healthy way, of course.
Yeah, and like it is you versus you.
Yeah, because a lot of my clients ask, how much can you do on this? And I'm like, it literally doesn't matter.
No.
What you're doing, beat yourself next week. And then when they do start doing it like that, it's so nice to see, because they just fall in love with the process. And if you're making progress in the gym, you're going to be making progress outside the gym as well. And I think, like,
No one cares how heavy you lift anyway.
yeah,
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, who actually does care?
I've never been that driven with it. I like seeing my own strength
It's all
progress. And we
Yeah.
have banter, don't we, in the gym, like, oh, you only lift that.
yeah.
But at the same time, who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter.
It's literally, if you were better than yourself last week, then that's good.
Yeah, which is why I hate things like 1 rep maxes, but I'm not getting into that right now.
some people could be like like I'd rather look good than be strong. There's some
Yeah,
people
I've said
a
that
lot
loads.
like smaller, but they're like really is it fast twitch? Fast twitch
muscle.
Yeah, they can lift way heavier than me, but I'd
Sleeper
much
build.
rather
I don't
look
understand.
way better with
Yeah, same.
lighter rep,
And
lighter weight.
plus, sometimes when you do smash that weight in, you're more susceptible to injury, and it's just pointless. The risk versus reward isn't there. So I'd rather look good, feel good, perform good. That's a new slogan for Leveler.
Nah.
So on a slight tangent, we've all been through a process of prepping for a photo shoot.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of the people that we work with come to us for fat loss, weight loss, that sort of thing. Not everyone, but a lot of people do. So, in terms of like managing a diet, obviously we've taken it to a little bit more of an extreme than someone who we just work with. I was going to say off the street, but that sounded weird. But just like a Gen Pop, I call them. Yeah, Gen Pop sort of client that wants to lose weight. General population.
Okay, and
Get
then
with the
the jump
lingo.
pop, yeah.
Um,
K-pop.
who wants or BTS. So in terms of like managing calories, we've all been to the depths of low calories, and we seem to, touch wood, not all the time, but manage it pretty well.
Yeah.
Any
I'd say
top
so.
tips for anyone who's looking to lose weight, lose body fat, whatever it might be, how to manage your calories to make sure maybe you're nice and full and that it's not the worst thing in the world? Because dieting, it can get hard. Like we've got to a point, me and Adam have got to a point on a photo shoot prep. I don't know,
Dear
you would have been in the
God.
gym at that time, but we trained together the whole time. The last 2 weeks, at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Energy was in the bin. We
Hangry.
hated each other.
Everything
every
then
session.
annoyed the hell out of me.
Yeah.
You could have said hello and be like, why are you doing that for?
That's me. every
Honestly,
day.
it's like, do you want to do this exercise? Like, no. It's
Why?
like, what are you doing?
That was horrendous.
Yeah, it was awful.
It's embarrassing.
So it can get to that level, but for most people, general population,
I know.
it doesn't necessarily have to get that low. However, if you are reducing your calories, it's going to come with hunger.
Yeah.
Any tips on that, Lauren? Over to you.
The most cliche thing, but just having routine again. When I was cutting, I would wake up and I would put into my Fitness Pal what I'm eating that day. I'd look at my diary and be like, okay, when am I going to want to eat and what can I eat? And just prepping it all out so that I know, and I'm not just eating all my calories within the first like 5 hours of the day, and just putting it all in my Fitness Pal so I know what I can eat. And then my day's just so much better compared to like doing it as I go. That's always going to be a mistake. just plan out at the beginning, even on like a Sunday, I plan out my whole week. I was doing like when I was on prep for shoot, I was planning out my whole week, making my dinners, meal prepping, especially like dinners. And just because I don't have the time as well to go home and make a dinner, it's already there. Bang it in the microwave for like 2 minutes.
Easy.
Yeah.
That's the trouble. A lot of people will leave that nutrition up to guesswork.
Yeah.
And they'll eat when they're hungry. It's probably going to be quite a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
But they'll grab something quick that's usually higher in calories. Whereas if you've prepped it before, it's ready to go. Then you know that you're going to get good nutrition in, and it's going to fill you up a little bit more. That's what I find is people when they start to grab those things because they have forgotten to eat then that's when the hunger will really start to kick in and energy dip.
I'm such a creature of habit as well, though. Like I would eat the same things for dinner, lunch, and breakfast.
The same.
But just because it made my life so much easier,
exactly.
and it's not it could be boring. Like if you want to make exciting dinners, you still can on low calories. But for me, it just made my life so much simple to have like same breakfast, same lunch, same dinner, like every
not
week.
forever, is it?
Yeah, it's not forever, and I just knew it was the goals I needed to hit.
Yeah.
I was going to hit them.
And that far outweighs variety sometimes, I think. And I sometimes would even say to myself, like, even if I get cravings in the evening after my dinner, I get like sweet cravings. But I'd say to myself, like, if I don't have this now, then I'll wake up in the morning that little bit leaner. And it's like a psychological game in that sense. And I quite enjoy that because I'm testing myself a little bit. But I find that routine is so important on diet. And so it doesn't sometimes just have the same things because, like you say, it makes life easier, gives you more time.
But also, I did the same things, but I did the things that I liked.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to have plain rice, plain broccoli, and chicken. Like I found recipes that I enjoyed, which I incorporated.
Yeah, I wasn't eating stuff I didn't like. I was just eating the same stuff.
I love my eggs. The way I cook my eggs, I love that. So even when I'm not,
which is horrendous.
How do you cook your eggs?
Terrible.
With a frying pan. But like they're so plain. They're so plain. They're so plain. I don't put any. I put pepper in it. That's it.
Wow.
No salt.
No salt. No.
What?
And they're just like a massive. It's not an omelette. It's like a pancake.
Oh, okay, nice. Spanish omelette sounds better.
A pancake, egg white pancake, and I've nailed it to the T. Like when I put the bread, if I have bread down, my time is perfect. I've had so many times. I love it. So
it works for you. Stick with what works for you.
Yeah.
Stick with what you know. I get it all the time with people like, oh, what's a new recipe? And I don't think they're actually asking for a new recipe really, because they haven't found what works for them. That's the trouble.
Yeah.
But then any other tips to do with like managing low calories? I've got a couple up my sleeve, and I think we've trialed this.
See, for the shoot, I never did this. I've been doing it for the last year, and that's just pushing my first meal back later and later in the day. So but it's not even. So I get up quite early. I'm up sort of like 5:30. My first meal won't be until sort of 9:30, 10, and I don't feel as hungry in the morning as I do throughout the day. So if I push that first meal back, I just feel like I've got hardly any time left to eat, sort of thing. So subconsciously it feels good, and that gives me more food for the evenings when I can sit down, relax, and start to think about food more.
Yeah, that's when I want it. It's when you start to switch off or maybe get a bit bored that you're like, oh,
Exactly.
I could eat.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. I'm exactly the same. I'd never done that before. You see intermittent fasting shut down everyone's throats.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sucks. Doesn't do anything. I was like, it's not actually about what it does for you. It's if it works for you as a method. And it does work for some people, and it has worked for me as well. So I'm the same as you. I'll wake up early, and then I probably won't eat until sometimes 10, 11. If I get stuck into work and I lose track of time, I'm not hungry at all. So it might be like 12 o'clock sometimes. But I got more energy. You go through a little phase of maybe getting hungry, and then it goes. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes like hunger will come and go, whether you're on low calories or high calories, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to accept when you're on lower calories, you're going to get hungry at some point. So it's about sitting with that feeling sometimes, and it will go. After 20 minutes, half an hour, hunger goes.
Yes.
And that's helped me out because I'm more hungry towards the end of the day. I want to have bigger food like in the evening. So yeah, that's worked really well.
Have you done the drinking water thing? If you're really hungry, like do a load of water.
Yeah.
The drinking water. I thought it was like some new magic
Well,
thing.
yeah, like they say if you're really hungry, back in the really years and years ago, they'd say if you're really hungry, do a load of water and do some sit-ups, and that would like get you. I was like, no, I wouldn't do that.
I drank so much water on my cut. Now that I'm eating like a lot more food again, I drink hardly any water.
Oh really?
Like
So that help the hunger then?
Yeah, I was just constantly drinking water just because it was something to do. Most of the time when I eat, I'm not even hungry. I just eat for the sake of it because I'm bored or I've got a free hour. So I'm like, oh, might as well eat when I've got a free hour. But when I was in my cut, I was just drinking so much water,
It is a
which was
suppressant.
which was good for me. Like it's like not too much water, it's like 3 liters a day. But now I'm struggling to get my 2 liters in just because
That's
I'm
terrible.
I know, but just because I'm eating food instead of drinking water.
The other
So-
tip on the on my photo shoot prep was, like the sparkling water that you get
flavoured,
from Tesco,
yeah,
flavored water.
flavoured.
So good for
Mhm.
getting sweetness in,
Yeah.
and will suppress that hunger. As the same as like caffeine as well.
Yeah.
Can help. But yeah, water. If you're really really hungry, have a pint of water before you're gonna eat, and you'll likely
Mhm.
eat as much food.
Okay.
Definitely.
Agreed.
That's the
helps.
water thing.
That the water
water
thing.
thing.
That we'll trademark that. No one else can use
The
that.
water thing.
And then food wise, so when people start to go into a diet phase, they think their whole life's got to change, which it doesn't. And there's loads of alternatives out there, that sort of thing. However, I know you're a bit of a protein bar whore, and I am. I am to a certain extent, but I'm trying to get away from that now
Yeah.
because as good as they are and can be for like convenience, the more that you can have real whole single ingredient foods, the better. The more energy you're going to have, the more full up you're going to be. It's not all about, oh, can I get an alternative this? Can I get a protein yogurt for this? They're handy, but do not rely on them.
No, I've changed. I'm not much of as
You
much.
don't
of
have
a
them as
whore
much
now.
anymore, do you?
No, if
You're not as
if
much
I'm on
of
the
a
go,
whore.
no, not as much of a whore. If I'm on the go, struggling to get something in, I'll have a protein
Yeah.
bar. I've always got some around, but I don't rely. I used to rely on them because I used to see them as like a sweet treat as well.
Yeah.
But really not that for me. They're not like the macro level. They're not great for me, really. I don't
Not
think.
like bang for your buck. Whereas,
No, yeah, like
so for example, you used to have the My Protein cookies. that
Love
have
them.
38 grams
yeah,
in, right?
they're great.
No, it's like chewing this table.
I'd have
It's like
I'd
cardboard.
have if I could, I'd have them every single meal.
I don't understand.
But I love them.
Yeah, but at the same time, you've got however many, that was like 320
320.
320 calories. Or sorry, you know that
320, yes.
for 38 grams of protein.
Mm.
Imagine if you had 300 calories worth of
Yeah.
maybe chicken, salad,
Yeah.
veg, that sort of thing that's going to bulk it
Yeah.
out
You
your
feel
plate.
so much better.
Same with like Greek yogurt, fruit, things like that. That's actually going to fuel you a little bit more than that, even though you like it. So that's why I don't want people thinking they have to
Thinking they-
rely on those
yeah.
sort of things. They can be handy if you're traveling for work. Take a protein bar with you, take a shake with you. But when you're in control of it, real whole foods.
Yeah, I think I actually felt my best when I was on like my cut because I had to cut out those little sweet treats like my squares bars, my protein bars. Sad time, but I felt better because I was just having to eat whole foods to
Yeah.
get as much volume in because I wanted to eat as much as possible, but with it stay within my calories. So I actually felt my best because I cut out all like unhealthy snacks, which was like my protein bars and my squares bars. So yeah, I was just eating like whole foods, like you said, and it made me.
Makes such a
It
difference.
kept me full even when I was on lower calories.
So you're going to have more energy.
Exactly, whereas compared to now, I'm eating the exact same foods I was eating on my cut, just bigger portions,
Yeah.
and now adding my protein bars and squares bars back. And are my energy levels any different? I wouldn't like. If anything, they're lower
Yeah.
than when I was
I would agree.
in
with
my
that.
peak. I would say. So,
Yeah, but I think that comes down to loads of things. You're going to be a little bit more focused when you're dieting.
Yes, for
or I
sure.
think
Yeah.
so. You're going to be a bit more disciplined. You're going to be a bit more on the like.
Oh yeah.
You should be thinking about what you're having a bit more. So I think you're going to make probably a little bit better decisions.
Yeah,
because
way
you've got
better
the flexibility to have a little bit of what you want.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. But that's a really good point of when people come out of a dieting phase, just have a bit more of the same sort of things. You don't need to go mad and
Yeah.
go for whole weird new things.
And that's the same when you're cutting as well.
Yeah.
Just take little things out.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
take again back to eggs, take one egg out and that's calories gone. You don't have to like just cut down a whole meal, like take a whole meal out. You just
Portion sizes,
take
just
it down.
just reducing things, and now I'm putting them back up. So
It's
Simple as that.
relatively simple.
Yeah.
That's I'll get onto it in a bit, or I'll touch on it now. But that's one of the things that the fitness industry annoys me a little bit. Is like they make it so complicated,
overcomplicate it.
and it doesn't need to be. Just keep it as simple. Like keep to what you know.
Yeah.
Reduce portion sizes a bit. Make sure you fill up,
Yeah.
and it is easily
Mhm.
doable. It is easily doable.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's shift on. So some we'll go off the serious side of things, but funny, any gym stories that you've got from when you started that you've seen in the gym, anything like that? I've got a few up my sleeve. I'll start off, shall I?
Go on.
Me and Adam have discussed this before because this is your fault. You ruined it for me
Okay.
for a long time. And I think I did put it out there. I can't remember if I did,
Interesting.
but we've got it now in an official, this is on record, proper record now. When I first started in the gym, started banging protein shakes down.
Yeah.
Adam told me once, you can't have a flavoured protein shake. And I was like, why? And he goes, it's got loads of like bad stuff in it. You can't have chocolate because it's got loads of sugar in it. It's got like sweeteners. It's not good for your body. I was like, okay. So I had unflavoured protein
Ew.
for
Grim.
a good year, maybe 2 years.
That is disgusting.
Unflavoured. If anyone doesn't know what that tastes like, it tastes like sick.
Nice.
And I would suck it up, 2 scoops, have it, bang it down, think I'm really helping myself here. And then after a good few years, I spoke to you about it, and you're like, no, I just made that up. I'm like, brilliant.
No, yeah.
Do you not remember that?
No, I don't actually. Really
Yeah, well, you ruined my life for a while.
never had that. Yeah.
Have you unflavoured protein? Do not.
Never
do
had it. Wouldn't.
Disgusting.
Not gonna try.
It smells like cheese.
Ooh.
Cheese smells like cheese, tastes like sick.
Yeah, like
Great
parmesan,
cells. Yeah, lovely.
in my opinion. Do you like
Did you
parmesan?
believe
I
that?
do like parmesan.
Yeah, gross. You don't, surely. Parmesan.
What's that?
Parmesan's a bit.
Do I like it?
Yeah.
If unflavoured protein on my pasta next time
Yeah, they
instead.
do. Yeah.
No, I don't like pasta.
Yeah, disgusting.
Parmesan,
You
no.
wrecked my life for a little
Well,
bit.
apologies for that, but
It's quite funny.
learn your own story.
I don't think you meant it, but if you did, well played.
Mm.
But yeah. Anyone got any other stories?
Funny gym stories.
You had a lateral raise one that we spoke about.
Yeah, was touched on that. Did a
Go on.
rep in a
DTP.
DTP. Yeah, dramatic transformation program.
I never knew what that meant. Have you heard of this?
Never heard of that.
So it was 50 reps, lightweight, 40 reps with a heavier weight, all the way up to 10. And the guy who put it on the program we're following said that 50 to 10
Yeah.
5 times. So we're like, Christ. So we end up doing side raises, like 50 reps side raises, rest. 40.
Sounds round.
No, yeah, no, did it for then
Oh,
40 down to
yeah.
10, and then did it again 5 times. We were there for like 2.5 hours, just in this awful story. to
Just
make it
lateral
even
raises.
worse. Yes, lateral raises in the squat rack, which is
That's
embarrassing.
outrageous.
Never do that.
Yeah, we're there for like 3
Get
hours, and oh Jesus, shoulders next day was horrendous. I actually we couldn't even like reach up and get our t-shirts out of the wardrobe. We
So you
meant
should
to
have just gone down once. Now, because
just
it's
once
5 sets.
yeah, and finish it to 10. That's 5
Yeah.
steps. Yeah, but we read it as that 5
Do that
times.
5 times round. Oh my
So
god.
if you
Fancy it?
someone listen to this, do the math. There's going to be like 4 million shoulders.
You get massive shoulders.
Yeah, huge boulders. Yeah.
It's still there.
No, we had after that. That was meant to be. There was more exercises after that, but we were just like, gym's closing. Like, let's kick this out. We need to
Was that
leave.
the first exercise you did?
Pretty sure it was. Yeah. Yeah, because done it again with shoulder press as well.
Oh wow!
No.
Not on the same day.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh
my
wow!
God.
Can you
Maybe
ma-
after speak.
That's got to be over 1,000 reps.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, 5 times. Yeah, I'm not doing the math on
No.
live here, but yeah, it's a lot of reps. That was back in like when I was at uni with who I used to train with, and we used to do some silly things like that. We've done that.
That's a bit of the old trial and error stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Seeing what happens,
do
which is perfectly
Yeah.
fine. I've done a rookie thing before of loading up a barbell for a bench press, and I've put different weights on.
Oh
it.
god, that's
Oh,
disgusting.
you hate that sort of thing, but I've lifted it up and then it's gone huh,
Oh, I've
and I've
actually-
dropped it and then gone huh
Yeah.
again and dropped
I've
it
actually
again.
never had that happen, thank God.
Once,
Like,
never again, won't happen for me.
Have you ever had it where like the bars come off completely like squats and then all the weights?
Yeah, same thing, but
Oh,
on
on
bench
bench.
press, but
Oh,
not
okay.
squats.
What I've done it once when you're taking the weights off as well, and you're over,
yeah.
you over
Silly,
compensate.
that's it.
Thing you just do one at a time.
Yeah.
Mate. We've all,
I do that now. I've done, yeah.
You still do that? Learn science. Like,
what you still?
No,
do
I
it?
so, don't know. I change it up now, but back in the day, I didn't even think it was that bad. But yeah, that was
You don't
a bit
think
silly.
about it until it
No.
happens. You see a 20-kilo barbell fly across the gym.
And everyone's
And
seen
then
someone
everyone
doing it. Like,
looks.
oh, I've been, everyone's done it.
Yeah.
Everyone's going like,
That's something you got to go through. It's like a rite of passage. Isn't it?
go through it.
Everyone's got to have done that. Have you got any stories, Lauren? You done anything stupid in the gym? No doubt you have.
No, I'm just so sensible. I never did anything stupid. I actually don't know if I have.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
I've not had enough experience yet. I'm sure it's yet to come. I've only been in the gym 3 years, not like you guys.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what?
well,
Something
this
to
can
come.
kind of link, not necessarily to us, but what are some of the worst things that you've seen happen in the gym? I've seen that barbell thing so many
So
times.
many times.
Not necessarily calling people out, but some funny things that I've.
Oh,
like-
I've got one for myself. It's like just trying to maneuver that bench
Oh, it's
gives
the-
myself the ick. And watching me trying to move that bench has got to be the most embarrassing thing. They just get so heavy,
need a
like,
driving license for it.
literally, and then I'm back and forth, just trying to get it the position I want.
Still can't do it.
Still can't do it. It's the worst thing ever.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
It's easier when you lift it up more vertical.
Yeah,
But when
yeah.
you do that, then it whacks and you can't move it. So you've got to go low.
Yeah, all the benches are the same height as me when I lift it up vertically, so it's like
Oh, there's so many things. Like, you're actually doing one of the things that I don't like in the gym
Yeah.
right now.
I agree.
Yeah, you are fuming with this.
I
Can you get your foot up so the camera can see it?
Oh.
Yeah. What have you got on?
the
Sliders.
slides.
If anyone listening, socks and sliders in the gym.
Or
is
socks and Crocs.
Get out.
Socks and Crocs.
Socks and Crocs
Should be
now.
allowed.
It just can be on as long as
That's
it's
just a TikTok thing.
as long as it's not a leg day. I think it's acceptable.
No,
As long as it's not a leg day. What do you mean?
sure it's more acceptable for
Yeah.
legs because people train in their socks.
No, I don't. Like if I'm
I
not
would
pushing,
rather people train in their socks for like a leg day than that.
really.
And what people say, why do you do that? Oh, it's comfy. But when have you ever gone into the gym wearing shoes that aren't comfy?
Yeah, grow up.
Yeah, but yeah,
Done.
you've
They
actually-
this is the last. We'll burn them right now.
Yeah, this is never happening again. Never
Yeah.
happening. Socks and
socks and Crocs.
Crocs and socks and Crocs and
Socks
socks
and
with like.
flats.
I'm also as well like flip flops with no socks on. I don't.
Okay, that's
what, in the
worse.
gym?
Bare toes.
Yes, and
Can't
yeah, I
get the
don't
bare
want to see
toes out.
toes in the gym.
Bare
either.
toes.
Yeah, can't get the bare
Just
toes
offend
out.
us.
You can't walk on a treadmill on an incline and hold on.
No,
Yeah.
That's a big pet peeve.
that
of
is a
mine in
pet
the gym.
peeve. Yeah.
What's the point of that?
Pointless, but you still see it all the time. Holding on makes no sense.
Toe tapping. We're both.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing.
You,
wrong
well,
with
you
that, is there?
called me out on it, and now I'm very
Now
self-conscious
you
about
call me
it.
out.
Yeah.
I do it. Yeah, you do it.
Every
now.
time I
Everyone
film
does it.
myself, my toes are just going crazy, and I don't even realise I'm doing it, but they're just like tapping away. Like I don't know why.
Do you know one of the worst thing? Yeah, I'll say it. One of the worst things at Fitness for Less when I used to work there,
Yeah.
it'd be going into the changing rooms. I don't know what it's like in the female changing rooms. You can enlighten us in a second, but there'd be guys in there that just. I mean, fair play to them. They're confident,
They're just.
but
Yeah.
there was a guy in
Tim,
there.
don't tell me stories about me either.
There's a guy in there, hair drying in the mirror, t-shirt on, nothing else,
Quality.
and he just standing going, "Ooh." Like, would you even do that at home?
Yeah. That's.
But to be in a gym, no one wants to see that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not
The
necessary.
confidence to have it, fair play, but not fan. I don't know what it's like in the women's
No,
change.
it's
Are
the
they
same.
flaunting everything?
Yeah, and then it's like they mid-conversation. I'm like, I just don't know where to look. I'm just
Oh, they're
staring.
speaking to you.
No question.
What are you
Just
going-
naked.
It's like that scene in that Crazy Stupid Love. He's got his like leg up as well.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just talking to the people like eyeline. Just don't need to be doing it.
No, do these people do that sort of thing at home? Surely they don't.
Maybe they do.
One more thing that I hate: dropping weights. Thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Still happens. to this day.
Cables.
Oh, that was a little bit of a.
It's like depends on what it is. You can drop
There's different
dumbbells.
ways to
Yeah,
it.
different ways, yeah.
You don't drop. I don't think drop cables.
Yeah, I hate
No,
when they drop
no,
the
you could-
cables.
if
That
this-
smashing noise.
If you do that, it's too heavy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Plus, you're just going to break the machine. The amount of times that machines of cables have snapped,
Yeah.
things like that, just control the weight.
Yeah.
I've also
Basic.
this is a controversial one. It doesn't
Oh, I
annoy
like
me.
it.
It doesn't annoy me, but
Sounds like
I've
it
heard
does.
something. Some people say like, if you can't lift the weight up yourself, you can't lift it. You don't do it. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't agree. Like,
Oh, what for like chest
like-
press?
yeah, like a
dumbbell chest press.
yeah,
If you can't get the weights up yourself, you
Yeah,
should be lifting it.
yeah.
Interesting. That is.
I
controversial.
that's
That
not
is
it's
controversial.
controversial. I don't agree with it. I've heard it a couple of times people saying it, and back in the day, do you remember we used to get two people bring them dumbbells
Yeah.
up like that, and that would be.
I get it. I
Because
do
I've done
get
that to you before once for shoulders, but I think you had an
Yeah, but-
injury actually.
It's hard for me when I'm doing 50 kgs on shoulder
Yeah.
press. But yeah, no, I think in theory I get what you mean, but at the same time, if you want quality reps, if we're going down the PT route,
Yeah.
then why not?
Yeah.
We do it now, like when we're doing it together. The
Spot.
first rep is always lift it up straight away to keep that energy.
That energy. I agree. What do you think?
I'm agree
Yeah,
with
no
that.
one
Like,
cares.
Don't put stuff on benches either.
Oh, I was going to get into that. So
Personal items.
we'll get stuck into that because we've got some.
So
I
basically,
posted-
everything you do is annoying.
Yeah. I posted on Instagram last night, as did Lauren, any questions to come in, and there's one that kind of will cover that.
Okay.
Should
we circle
I'm
back
gonna
to
get
that,
some
shall we?
open now. We're gonna circle. We're gonna continue with it
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
So it's a really good question actually. So new person to a gym at 35 years old.
Yeah.
What's the best tips regarding etiquette and gym behavior? I would say that's probably number one.
I've got
What
big
don't do.
No.
Yeah.
Big one. Put your weights back.
Yeah, I agree. But while
Please.
we're on it, don't just leave stuff on the bench when you're not
Yeah.
using it.
No.
Yeah.
And like phone. Sometimes I've seen it. People not even using it. They're just putting it there just to
Yeah, that's the
keep
worst.
easy.
Just lazy. They don't want to pick it up off the floor.
Yeah, and then
I hate that.
so anyone who's not as confident in the gym will see that and be like, "Oh, are they using it? Oh, I'll
Yeah.
go to something else," and it's still there. Just they don't have the courage to go and say, "Look, sorry, you're using that." It's a completely fine question to ask.
Yeah.
Like no one will ever be
What, so are you
annoyed.
using that?
Yeah, no one will ever be annoyed of anyone asking that, especially if you've got all your crap on the bench. Like
And it will likely panic the person. They'll be like, "Oh,
sorry,
sorry,
yes,
an
oh,
idiot.
yeah.
Won't do it again."
bottles, phones,
Keys.
bags, everything. Just either
Just
keep it
wait
in your
for-
pocket or put it in the floor where you are.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
don't do it. Just
You seem
save the hassle.
passionate on that.
That does really grind me, that one.
Grinds your gears.
and bags. Just I don't think bags should be allowed in the gym.
yeah.
Again, something-
You take your whole life around.
No, so I've got my cuffs in there, my straps in there, my barbell pad in there.
You don't need that.
Do you
for
need that
session,
every
do you?
single session? I need straps for back. Okay, bring the straps.
What are you
down.
holding there, by the way?
Well, if I didn't have my bag, I'd be holding everything. Is what I was saying. Yeah, I don't need it every single session. You're right, but
Called out on
Yeah,
the podcast.
I did.
Never do it again.
Hey, look, it's your third year in the
cool
gym.
down.
That's fine. You're
I'm
learning.
still learning.
I'd say
Learning.
some other gym behavior as well that might like help someone out who is new to the gym. If someone's using the equipment that you want, don't worry about asking them how many they've
Yeah.
got left. If you can jump in with them,
Gym people are the friendliest people.
9
ever.
times out of 10, not all the time.
9 times out of 10. If you go over and say like, "Can I hop in?" or "How many sets you got left?" everyone's going to be so nice about
But then
it.
the same as if you're using a bit of equipment, someone comes to
Yeah.
ask you. If you've got one set left, say, "I've just got one more," and then move on.
Yeah.
If you've got more than one, then say, "Do you want to jump in?"
Yeah, I went on holiday and everyone was speaking a different language in the gym, but everyone spoke gym, and it was so nice to see. Like some guy came over to me, spoke Spanish, but I knew he was asking how many sets I got left, so I was just like 2 more, and then he joined
Did you
in
say it
with
with
me.
an English Spanish accent?
No, I just showed my fingers because like,
Do you do that when you go away? You start
No.
like almost put an
oh,
accent on.
I can't.
That's offensive, I think.
Okay. Fair.
I'm terrible at accents.
Yeah, but instead of
But-
going, I got 2 more, mate, or something like that, you just go, two more?
Yeah, I just showed my fingers.
The everyone
Two more.
subconscious.
Yeah.
does do that, yeah.
But like everyone's just so friendly in the gym,
Mm,
9 times out of 10,
yeah.
that just go over and
That's
ask.
fine to
And
do, yeah.
again, as you said, if you've got 3 more, say 3 more. Don't go, "Oh, I'm done."
Yeah.
Especially, I can
But
find.
that is a good tactic to use if someone's hogging a machine
Yeah.
and ask them how many more, they'll panic. Either say they got one more, they'll start speeding up.
Yeah.
They
I do that
will,
all the
yeah.
time.
I feel like even myself, if someone's asked how many sets you got left, you got a couple. Like
Question
I do
the
feel
rest
like I am.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt,
Or
is
just
that too long?
let them join in. And then
Yeah. So there's some gym etiquette and behaviour,
Yeah.
I'd say. I don't know if there's anything else too much to really touch on.
No, I think everyone deserves to use the
If
equipment.
you're
so just-
sweating like crazy over it, then clean it up. Don't just leave a sweaty ass bench.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
if-
And then put your weights back. Put
Put your weights back. Yeah, because I find.
In the right
especially-
place.
Yeah.
Mm.
Please.
Especially for us shorter people, Tim included.
Hang on.
Whoa.
We're not exactly the biggest lot, are we?
Like if the squat rack has been left with like 20s on each side and I'm trying to take it off the barbell, someone who's not as confident to do that will stop them using it.
Yeah.
So I just think take your weights off.
Yeah, 100%.
Just so then it's empty, ready for the next person to use it because they might not be able to lift as heavy.
Yep.
Just have some respect.
Quickly
for
linked in
anyone
with that as well. If you are someone that's maybe can't lift that weight off and it's actually still on there, ask someone.
else. Yeah,
Ask someone.
or ask.
No
yeah,
one's gonna be
for
like,
sure.
whoa, loser.
In fact, they'll like it.
Yeah, just
Loser,
fine.
I'm not helping you.
Yeah,
They'll
just
probably
like
like it.
Yeah.
absolutely fine. We're not like they're not scary. People aren't scary in the gym.
Then I've got advice for someone who's anxious about going to the gym. We kind of touched on that. Have a plan. Know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, get someone who knows what they're doing. Done. Is there any vitamins and supplements that you should take? There's too many influencers selling, which I agree. I should take is kind
Yeah,
of like a
you
big
shouldn't.
one.
Yeah, shouldn't.
The only one that I would say should maybe is because us Westerners, especially in UK, don't get enough sunlight. So
Yeah,
vitamin
okay.
D, I'd
Vitamin
probably
D,
say is
yeah.
a potential should. What else
do.
does anyone take here?
I take my vitamin D and C and zinc.
Think.
Okay,
I got
Yeah, but that's
magnesium,
yeah,
cod liver oil, fish oils.
Yeah.
I take omega-3. What do you mean similar?
Yeah, omega-3 with cod liver, fish oils.
Multivitamin,
Multivitamin, vitamin D,
Multi
and
what?
also multivitamin.
vitamin.
Also a chewable digestive tablet.
Okay.
I thought it's like a dog treat.
No, it's,
Chewable
it's in the morning. Have it in the morning. Strawberry flavour. Strawberry flavour. It's lovely. It's a nice little treat, but don't get that mixed up with any fish oil ones. You don't want to start chewing
Oh,
them.
chewing.
ones.
I've done that before.
Horrendous.
Yeah.
So they're
So,
good.
yeah. For me, multivitamin, omega-3,
I think they're
That's
the
Yeah. like
multivitamin.
vitamins,
Yeah,
they're
they're
the sensible ones to go
Yes.
for.
Any sort of vitamins
Anything
you
that's
do.
selling you something that like fat burning, anything like
Get
that,
in the bin.
throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
There is far too many out there, so it depends where you're at and what you want to achieve. But I would potentially add in creatine as well.
Yep.
Doesn't have to be training wise, but
can be tablets
cognitive
as well,
function.
can't
It can be
Yeah.
tablets, can be powder, whatever. Apart from that, keep it simple. Again,
Yeah, you
fitness
don't-
industry overcomplicate it.
You don't need all the. Do you know,
If you're deficient in something,
Yeah.
supplement with it potentially,
Yeah, it's-
or change your diet.
zinc's good for. Oh, zinc and magnesium both good for sleeping, as
Sleeping,
well.
yeah.
So
Yeah, cool. Any others in here? Do we make nutrition plans day by day, or do we just set calories? Kind of depends. I would say person to person, but I don't tend to.
I
do meal
don't do meal
plans.
plans. No one's going to stick to a meal plan if you give it to them, especially like you don't know exactly what they like. I just set
Exactly.
calories and things.
I think
Everyone's got a diet, haven't they?
after a couple of weeks, you find out what do you eat,
Yeah.
and
What
then you can
works.
say,
Try
well,
this for dinner.
yeah, this is what I have.
Yeah.
Like you don't just say eat this, eat this, eat this.
Yeah.
Much more sustainable long term as
No
well.
one's going to stick to
Diet shouldn't just be for like 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12, whatever it is. It shouldn't be for that. It should be longevity. So find what works for you
Sustainable.
and tweak it to your own diet is what I'd say. We can help out with meal choices, calorie wise.
Yeah.
We can help out with that, but I'm not going to tell you to eat. I mean, you might do because you love it, but a 6 egg white omelette every day or every morning because not many people
Try
like
7.
it. But yeah, I don't think that's sustainable
Yeah,
for
it's
people
not.
long term. So yes and no, kind of. Okay. Oh, I've got another one about training. How many more gains do you get if you train with Crocs and sliders? Yeah, 0 is the answer.
Go
But
backwards.
we're not answering that. Favorite alcoholic drink?
Oh,
Oh, I know what yours is, and it's the worst. Go on.
Aperol spritz.
You ever tried it?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, exactly.
It's not disgusting.
It's sweet and it's grim.
It's not sweet. If anything, it's bitter.
Yeah, and grim.
Yeah,
Go on
that's
then.
fine for you. No, it's not for me. So I at the moment well, it's a difficult one. I love beer. I just love beer.
I love a beer.
Give me beer and eggs. It's lovely. No, if I'm out with the boy, like
Out with
love,
boys.
yeah, I love a beer. But if I'm sort of feeling a bit fancy, I'll have an old fashioned, smoky old fashions.
Very
But
fancy.
haven't yet to find one. The only ones I really think are absolutely spot on, exactly how I like it, are from The Alchemist.
Okay.
Okay.
And I did
And Ibiza for a strawberry.
strawberry
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 daiquiri.
Bradley. Yeah,
Well, you've learned about this
I
now.
love a strawberry daiquiri.
Strawberry Bradley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a mojito if I'm that sort of thing.
Have you had a strawberry mojito before?
Negative.
So no.
No. That's a
They're really good.
nah.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think
know.
all flavoured mojitos are better than an original mojito.
I like an original.
It's so refreshing, isn't it? Especially on a hot summer's day.
Yeah, it's so refreshing, isn't it?
We could talk.
I've gone
drinks
off
more
more
than gin.
Off it.
My protein clear whey mojito flavour.
No.
It's not good, don't worry.
Oh, we've
Okay.
actually got a new one coming. They did it for a penny yesterday.
Oh, we did
Really?
it. Yeah.
Clear whey, 30 servings for a penny and free shipping. So we got a
Mhm.
whole
Oh, wow.
What flavour?
pineapple gone for.
Oh.
Interesting.
But they're running out, so probably don't try this now.
Yeah, yeah.
But
For me, I've got a couple. I don't drink loads, but I'd have an espresso martini for if I'm being your fancy.
Yeah.
Pint of Guinness for me. I'd rather that over.
have you seen this? People have been dipping their chips in the cream.
Yeah, I have seen that.
Videos.
Yeah.
No.
Some girls with the pint of Guinness, she's got chips out. She's scooping the cream up
That's
with the chips.
disgusting.
I've seen one with the bloke. He really sheepishly gets like a loaf of bread, or not a loaf, a slice of bread out, and like gets a knife and puts the cream on the bottom there and starts doing it.
It
So
would be quite nice though.
I
I only like the cream of the Guinness. Yeah.
Not
Guinness has passed for me. I can't do it.
no.
No.
Guinness, mojito, espresso martini for me, gin and tonic. There's quite a few to be fair.
Yeah.
Margarita?
What do you drink? No.
Really?
What with the salt around?
Yeah,
Not
love
nice, actually. Didn't think I'd like it, but they're okay.
No, not a
We
fan.
You went to Mexico,
Mexico,
recently.
yeah. So can't not have
I've been
it.
to
Exactly,
Mexico.
yeah.
Maybe
So-
I like it if I go to Mexico.
A virgin one is one without the salt round, not non-alcohol.
Really?
Really?
So what's
Well,
the
we
non-alcohol
went to.
one called?
None.
Yeah,
No, I don't know.
That's it. Did you get any questions? Just quickly, and then we'll wrap it up.
Have a look.
Interesting. There's quite a few to be fair, but I've massively gone off beer now. Don't know what it is, just bloats the hell out of me, and I feel rough.
Asking what like my training split is at the moment.
Quick, go. What is it?
Oh, that's.
How many
Tough.
days a week?
I train 5 days a week. I do a push day, a pull day, a leg day targeting pull, like pull movements, a leg day targeting push movements, and then an upper day as well. But I'm
In that order?
currently.
Oh, you have a rest
Oh
in
no,
between.
not in that order.
Oh, okay.
Don't do 2 leg days back
Yeah.
to back. Not in that order. My order sometimes changes depending on when I can fit things in. But I ideally always try and rest on like a Thursday and a Sunday. That works for me. But at the moment, I'm trying to change my training up a little bit. I've added in a run once a week,
Nice.
which is just like a new
Saw
goal.
that.
Yeah, a new goal I've set myself. Just differentiate from weight training. Obviously, that's what I love doing. I'm never going to miss that. But just like,
I'd sprinkle something else.
yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Nice. Adam, how many times a week do you train?
5 times a week.
I mean, we do the same.
Yes, I like to do Monday to Friday.
Yeah,
It's been
have the
going quite
weekend
well.
off.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a Saturday session.
Really, every now and then I do, but I'd rather
Makes-
clean up the week, get it over and done with, and then relax at the weekend.
Yeah.
2 rest days back to back, fresh for Monday.
Let's go.
Wallop.
Needs to change soon, I think, possibly.
Yes, and the possibilities are endless.
They are.
There's no perfect split
There
for
is no-
anyone.
yeah, exactly.
There's
The
just
best split is the one that you can stick to.
Another question. What's your favourite exercise ever?
That's just
That's
too
what-
hard.
Well, that's what someone asked
I
me.
think we've discussed it, man. We must have
changes all the
speech.
time. doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I love triceps. I just like a classic tricep rope split. Feel it.
Yeah.
Ooh. I've got loads.
Yeah, I've not got one favourite.
If we'll be here all day, I think.
We actually-
If you
yeah.
could, well, I think we've said this before, but then kind of the same question, but not. If you had to pick one exercise to do, it doesn't have to be the. Oh, I guess that's kind of the same question, isn't it? What's your
about?
favourite one? I was like,
More
what
like muscle
makes the
grip,
most
isn't it?
sense?
What makes the most sense would be a main compound movement. So if you were doing triceps the rest of your life and nothing else,
Quality.
yeah, it would be a bit long for you, but you'd want to pick like a compound
Yeah.
movement.
No, tricep for me. Tricep rope split. Love it.
I actually don't know the answer to my own question.
I think a bicep would, for me, like there's no better.
Might be a
There's
bicep.
no better feeling when you've really hit the spot with the biceps. At the moment is a
How do you
seated-
hit that spot, Adam?
Oh, God. Yeah, seated incline bicep right now. You
Get
just
you excited.
really tuck those elbows, really give that squeeze.
Oh, we're gonna train that.
When
Yeah.
very what's the word? What am I trying to say here? Very often, no, not very often. Do you feel your biceps? I feel like the next day, like
Oh,
DOMs.
right, yeah.
So when you do, that's a great.
Yeah,
That's
it
when you
is a
know
good
you've had
day.
a good day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Biceps.
yeah,
Ah,
biceps.
so we're
Arm
just
focus.
bro,
yeah,
yeah.
just
Bro
bro
split.
gym
mirror
runners.
muscles.
Bro split.
Mm.
Biceps,
Don't
triceps.
do a bro split, by the way, people. Okay, we better wrap that up there. So, if you are interested in what we do from a coaching standpoint and you want to make a change to your physique, fitness, lifestyle, then send us a message on Instagram, any one of us, or at Level Up Lean. There's an Instagram page there. Just message us saying something like Level Up. I'll send you over some info, that sort of thing. Or I'm going to put a link in the description to book in a call, something like that, on the YouTube video to book in a free call if you want, and to find out if you would be a good fit for the program. So if you're interested, get on board
Get on
the
board.
Level Up Lean
yes.
train. Thank you very much.